What if the biggest money problem in your relationship has nothing to do with money? What if every single argument about a credit card bill isn't actually about the dollars and cents at all? Dear book lovers, welcome to another insight-packed book summary episode of Summarypedia. We are here to bring you more titles in less time. In this explainer, we are going to explore the important and highly practical lessons from the book Money for Couples by Ramit Sethi. Now, if you're part of a couple that feels kind of stuck in that endless loop of money arguments, or really if you're anyone who wants to build a richer life together, then you are in exactly the right place. The ideas in this book could totally change the game for you.
You know, this quote from the author Ramit Sethi just absolutely nails it. He says that the recurring fight about that big shopping trip, it's almost never really about the store. It's just a symptom, right? The real problem is usually something hidden much deeper, something rooted in the way we grew up and what we learned about money.
So let's dive into our first section, Why You Fight About Money. And the subtitle here is really the key. It's not about the money, it's about your psychology. So if it isn't about the cash, what on earth is it about? Well, the whole framework of this book is built on this really powerful idea that our financial fights are driven by our money psychology. Let's dig into what that actually means.
It all starts with this amazing concept he calls invisible scripts. Okay, think of these like secret rules about money that are running in the background of your mind. You didn't write them, you sort of inherited them from your family, your culture, things you heard over and over as a kid. And the wildest part? They are secretly pulling the strings on almost every financial decision you make.
And just think about how familiar some of these might sound. I mean, a script like the stock market is just gambling. Wow. If that's running in your head, it can stop you from investing and potentially cost you a fortune. Or hearing you can't afford it again and again can completely kill your ability to dream bigger. The first step here is just to recognize these scripts in yourself and, in your partner too.
Okay, so you've uncovered these sneaky scripts. What's next? You don't just stare at them. This is where things get really cool. Section 2, Design Your Rich Life. This is all about moving from restriction to a big, shared vision. Instead of focusing on everything you can't do, you and your partner get to start dreaming about what you can.
This slide just lays out the difference so perfectly. On one side, you've got small thinking, stressing over a $5 latte, feeling guilty about spending anything. Then you've got big thinking, focusing on your real goals and spending extravagantly on what you truly love. I mean, look at this last one. The shift from asking, can we afford this, to how can we afford this? That one little word changes everything. It turns a dead end into an open road. To get you started on this whole rich life thing, Ramit asks a really simple but profound question, and I want you to actually think about it for a second. What makes you irrationally happy? It's not about what you think you should want. It's about what truly, deeply, and sometimes totally illogically just brings you joy.
And let's be clear, a rich life does not have to mean private jets and yachts. I mean, look at these examples from the book. For one couple, it's outsourcing laundry forever. Imagine that. For another, it's just getting a breakfast burrito every single Friday. See, this isn't about being a millionaire. It's about consciously aiming your money at the things that genuinely make your life better.
So how do you actually put this into practice? You do it by identifying your money dials. Think of it like the volume knob on a stereo. These are the areas in your life, like travel, or amazing food, or just pure convenience, that you want to turn way up. The idea is to spend extravagantly on these things, totally guilt-free, by mercilessly cutting costs on everything else you don't care about. Don't really care about a fancy car? Great! Drive an old one and use that money for an unbelievable vacation. Now, a vision is great, but it needs a system to become real, right? Otherwise, it's just a nice daydream. So that brings us to our next section, the no-budget spending plan. This is a super simple system to put your rich life on autopilot. And you know the best part? It is not a budget.
He calls it a conscious spending plan. A budget is a financial diet. We all know that feeling. It's about restriction, guilt, and tracking every last penny. This conscious spending plan is the exact opposite. It's designed from your rich life vision. It's not about what you can't spend, it's about telling you exactly what you can spend on guilt-free.
And here's the whole system. It's so simple. Your after-tax income gets split into just 4 buckets. About 50 to 60% goes to fixed costs, rent, utilities. Then 10% goes straight to long-term investments. Another 5 to 10% for big savings goals. And here is the magic number, a full 20 to 35% for guilt-free spending. That's your money for anything you want, no questions asked, because you've already automated all the important stuff.
Okay, so who's the mind behind all these incredible ideas? It's really worth taking a second to meet the author, Ramit Sethi, because understanding where he's coming from is key to why his approach is so darn effective.
So, Ramit Sethi is not your typical financial guru. His background is actually in technology and psychology from Stanford. And that right there is the secret sauce. He doesn't just throw spreadsheets at you, he actually understands the behavioral reasons we fail with money. He combines easy-to-use financial systems with human psychology, and that is why his advice is so practical and why it actually works.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground, so let's wrap it up and boil it all down. What are the most important lessons that you and your partner can start applying, like today?
Okay, here it is, the big recap. First, your money fights are about psychology, not math. You have to uncover those invisible scripts. Second, forget budgeting, for real. Instead, design a shared, rich life together. Third, figure out your money dials and then spend extravagantly on them without a shred of guilt. Fourth, use that simple 4-part conscious spending plan to automate everything. And finally, please stop sweating the small stuff and focus on the big wins.
And that leaves us with a final thought. This isn't just theory to think about. It's stuff you can do right now. It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it's just deciding to order takeout tonight so you can buy back 2 hours of your time. Or actually planning one small thing from your rich life list. So, what's one choice you can make, together, to start living your rich life this week?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more impactful book summaries from Summarypedia.